Well, Chris, the miners singing or chanting Sifuni Mali, meaning they really want that money, or do you really think that they will accept this offer?
From the guys I spoke to afterwards, I mean, as I say, look, most of the people I know there, when they came out, they were like,
shaking their heads.
And a lot of people said afterwards, said, no, this is nonsense, you see, because, as I say, what they want is benefits on top of this pay increase as well. But what the employers are saying, here's your pay increase, forget about the benefits. You can't have both. So what I think, they're probably going to take some time to study it, and they'll probably report back next week. And I think they're going to reject it. And then we'll see what happens with the with the talks then.
So we've got 4 unions here at the bargaining table, and they all need to agree to this, right, Chris?
Yeah. I mean, another interesting dynamic from today in Boksburg was the fact that AMCU weren't there when this final offer was made. They said they weren't going to sit in on it with the other 3 unions, which is Solidarity, OAS and the NUM. So they were separate. So then the negotiators had to go to them and then explain the offer to them again, all over again. And I asked the negotiators why, and they went, oh, you know what I mean? So, so there you are. So the point is, AMCU's always said they're not going to settle for anything that the others settle for. They want what their members want, they'll settle for, no matter what the others settle for. So the situation is, the employees made it quite clear today on camera. They said, if we don't get all 4 agreement on this one, we'll go back to the original offer, which is between 7.8% and 12.96%, which is rejected on July the 6th. So it would send the whole place back to square one. Back to square one.
And then what happens next?
Well, next, I mean, if they reject this, then there could be a deadlock, a dispute declared. Then the unions would have to go to the CCMA, the arbitration body, and have to have talks there. It could take up to 30 days. And then they go for, what is it, a strike resolution certificate of no resolution, which is a strike certificate basically, which gives them the legal right to strike without fear of retrenchment. And then we could see the gold mines closed down for days, maybe weeks, who knows.
I know we don't really want to be talking about them going on a strike, but Chris, are you getting a feeling that's where we're going at this stage?
Well, I thought this morning when I talked with the unions about this offer that was on the table, and by the way, in terms of secrecy with the employers and unions, it was on Twitter within like 10 seconds of being made, you know, is that secret?
Yeah.
But anyway, but I thought, oh, maybe there's a glimmer of hope here, people are talking, maybe even thinking about a possible acceptance, maybe. And then when the unions came out, I could just tell from their faces that they're not impressed, not impressed at all.
And the Chamber of Mines, the chief negotiator, he seems a little optimistic.
Yeah, well, Elise has got to be after about a dozen years of doing these talks. She's very optimistic. And I, to be honest with you, I take my hat off to her. I know she keeps going because it's a very difficult thing to do. There's a lot of problems you have to deal with. You have to be very tough and very organised to carry on. But she's trying to say she didn't get any negative vibes from the unions. It's not quite what I heard from the unions when they talked to me afterwards, that some of them expressed they weren't too happy with this idea. But I mean, I think that it's going to be a pivotal thing. It's going to say, are we going to have an industry in 5 years' time? I mean, one of the union guys said to me today, I said, what do you think, maybe 5 years if the costs keep going up the rate they are? And he said, I don't know, maybe 3. Which is a worry.
It is a big worry. Imagine the amount of families that can be affected.
Well, exactly. Just look at since '85 in the Stilfontein and Klerksdorp area, there were 17 gold mines. There's only 3 now. This gives you an idea of what's going on. Yeah.
And in the job losses,
could be 20,000 for the end of the year. Could be even more than that. The way things are going. Sad to say. So but yes, that's the thing. I mean, if the employers can't make money, they're going to chop jobs.
So now we wait for next week for them to come back to the table.
Yeah, and see what we can do and see if the employers can make any sort of compromise anywhere, which I think they're under pressure now to do so.
We'll hope that they will find a solution, Chris, because
it's
not really looking good at this stage. Well, that was Chris Bishop, the managing editor of Forbes Africa.